So A Complete Unknown is a new biopic directed by James Mangold that follows the life and career of musician Bob Dylan, who in this film is portrayed by Timothée Chalamet through the years of 1961 through 1965, but it specifically goes over an event in Bob Dylan's career that sparked a lot of controversy, and that is when he made the decision to switch to electronic instruments. Before I continue on with today's video, I just wanted to say, welcome to my channel, everybody. For those of you who are coming by my channel for the very first time, be sure to hit the subscribe button to them. It's a feature video, it's a feature review, a reaction, a top 5, or whatever I've coming your way, and join me on my journey to 10K subscribers and beyond, because believe me when I say this, guys, you are not going to miss the cool stuff I have coming your way. And for those of you coming back to my channel, welcome back, everybody. You have no idea how happy I'm to see your faces once again. And let us start our conversation below as well. Are you guys looking forward to this movie? Are you a big Bob Dylan fan? What's your favorite Bob Dylan song? Let me know below. Alrighty guys, so let's get into A Complete Unknown. This was a movie that I had a lot of interest in, and besides the most obvious reason. Bob Dylan is one of the greatest musicians of all time, and I'm just going to tell you guys right now, one of my favorite songs of his, or excuse me, my favorite song of his, and it's not just my favorite song of his, but one of my favorite songs of all time is The Times They Are Changing. Knowing that James Mangold was making this film, and knowing that Timothée Chalamet was portraying Bob Dylan, right then and there you had my interest. And here's the thing, James Mangold is one of my favorite directors working today. He made, at least in my personal opinion, one of the greatest biopics of all time, which that is Walk the Line, a Johnny Cash biopic, which starred Joaquin Phoenix, easily giving one of his best performances. After I finished this movie, I am so happy to say that not only that Timothée Chalamet, his career is going to catapult even further, but James Mangold has still got it, because man, this movie was just excellent. Every performance here, guys, is absolutely fantastic. There was not a single one who was even subpar, guys. Whether it's Timothée Chalamet, Elle Fanning, Edward Norton, Scoot McNairy, who, by the way, Scoot McNairy doesn't have the most screen time, but man, does his presence leave a lasting impact on this movie. There is a particular cast member who portrays a particular musician in this movie. If you guys haven't seen the newer trailer, I will not spoil who this appearance is, but all I'm going to say is this. His appearance in this movie definitely gave me goosebumps, and when I heard his singing in this movie especially, yeah. Elle Fanning, I thought, was easily a standout who portrayed one of Bob Dylan's girlfriends at the time. The show stealer here, as y'all can imagine, is Timothée Chalamet as Bob Dylan. Timothée Chalamet will easily, I mean most definitely, be nominated for an Oscar. If not, I think he just might win for his performance here. Especially, guys, when it came down to his singing. The first time I heard him sing, I legitimately just went, okay, he's good. There was a specific point where Timothée Chalamet sang in this film, I got goosebumps. Timothée Chalamet not only nailed his mannerisms, he nailed his voice, and from what I heard, Timothée Chalamet sang everything himself and live, like he recorded it live. If that's true, right then and there he should get an Oscar nomination. One of the biggest reasons why I was really excited for this movie was because, like I mentioned you guys earlier, the fact that this film was directed by James Mangold, who, if you ask me, is one of the best filmmakers working today. 3:10 to Yuma, Walk the Line, Logan, 4v Ferrari. I mean, this man has consistently given us great stuff. Indiana Jones The Dial of Destiny may not have been a particularly great film. It was a solid Indiana Jones film, but I think it could have been better. If anything, this just shows that The Dial of Destiny was probably just not one of his better days in the office. I mean, every single filmmaker has that. James Mangold directs the hell out of this movie. Whether it comes down to, especially when it came to him shooting the concert sequences, which, by the way, the concert sequences in this movie are when this movie absolutely soars and rises to no end. Building off of that, this movie is so beautifully shot by, I'm not even going to try and pronounce the cinematographer's name, but he's worked with James Mangold a number of times. Here's his name. This man deserves another nomination as well. One of my favorite shots of this movie is a sequence between Timothée Chalamet and Monica Barbero as they perform at a concert. How the light hits them in a few shots just blew me away of how great this movie looked. Now, as far as I'm aware, I believe that this movie is around the 2 hour, 20-minute mark. It's right around that time. This movie flies right by, and it never drags, and it never stops. It is constantly moving. The event in this movie that I was very curious to see how they tackle is, as y'all can imagine, that event where Bob Dylan decided to switch to electronic instruments. How they tackled that specific event was so brilliantly done, and I loved what they did with that.
Well, that's just fucking great!
The only thing I can really say about this movie is that it does play out like another music biopic. I mean, it goes through the range that you think it might go. It starts here, it goes here, and when you think where it might go in terms of how a biopic, especially a music biopic, plays out, it goes exactly where you think it might go. But really, guys, how this movie is executed, and because of this movie being directed so well and acted so well, it's one of those things that really I didn't mind so much.
Here we go.
So overall, despite that this movie does play out like a standard biopic about a musician, regardless, A Complete Unknown is so well made, it's terrifically directed, and it's phenomenally acted, especially by Timothée Chalamet, who should not only get nominated, but honestly got a few wins. I will be thrilled for him. All in all, I'm gonna give A Complete Unknown a 4.5 out of 5. This movie is such a well-made biopic, and man, we're eating good for Christmas. Not only do we have this, but we also have Nosferatu coming out. Damn good Christmas, I gotta say. A damn good Christmas is coming upon us this year. I hope you all enjoyed my review of A Complete Unknown. If so, please hit the like button, or if you dislike the review, hit the dislike button. If you guys want to share my previous 2 reviews, please click it right there or right there. And of course, until my next review or video goes live, I will see you all next time.